Hi, I'm Joins, and this is a new series where I'm going to break down all of the missable details in every episode of one of my favourite YouTube series, Epic Rap Battles of History, starting at the beginning with John Lennon versus Bill O'Reilly, or, as the title says, John Lennon v. Bill O'Reilly. This is the only battle in the series where the title is spelled with a V instead of with a VS. Being the first installment in a long series, there are a lot of elements of this battle which are different than the rest. For example, it's the only battle without any subtitles, and it's the only battle in 480p instead of 720p like the rest of the season. Another big difference to the rest of the series is that Nice Peter doesn't even attempt to Scouse accent for John Lennon.
Why you pissed off all the time? Didn't your mom give you a cuddle?
When you're watching this battle in the present year of 2025, it seems like the two historical figures have nothing to do with each other. But the connection is that John Lennon was a very outspoken left-wing figure, and Bill O'Reilly is quite the opposite. He's an aggressively right-wing news pundit, who was, when this battle came out, recently in the news for a big meltdown on live television.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Alright, that's enough preamble, let's get into the rap battle itself.
Epic Rap Battles of History, John Lennon versus Bill O'Reilly.
Notice how the announcer's voice is quite different than it is in the most recent battles.
Epic Rap Battles of History. Rap Battles of History.
That's because the voice was based off of the announcer in everyone's favourite documentary, Idiocracy, in the rehabilitation scene.
The brand new Ass Give it up for King Supreme!
The iconic ERB logo was designed by Dave McCary, one of the founding members of the sketch group Good Neighbor, alongside Nick Rutherford, Beck Bennett, and Kyle Mooney, who would later go on to play John Watson in Batman vs. Sherlock Holmes. As you can probably see by the quality of the costumes and Lloyd's wig, you can see that this video was made on quite a low budget, somewhere between $50 and $200.
We made the first three with like $50.
You know, we had a really small budget to start with. I think we made the first one for about $200.
And the video was produced with only a 4-man crew, including Pete and Lloyd. I've already talked about Dave McCary, the executive producer and editor, and the 4th man in the crew is Mickey Meyer, the cameraman. You might recognize him as the man who would later go on to play Dr. Seuss in Dr. Seuss vs. William Shakespeare. According to Nice Peter, he was very much inspired by Mortal Kombat for the visual style of this video and the series as a whole. However, this video was originally going to look quite different.
It almost got shot like in a grimy brick, you know, with like a grimy brick background and
I can see that.
not green screened, you know. And John Lennon was originally going to be in that New York City t-shirt. And I remember Shay Carl was on Venice Beach, and I called Shay. I was like, "Hey man, can you look for a New York City t-shirt?" And everybody at that time was so collaborative.
The split screen portions of this battle are formatted exactly the same as a debate on Fox News. However, the Fox News logo has been replaced with Not News, and the O'Reilly Factor logo has been replaced with the Oh Really Factor. They also put a couple of visual gags in the news ticker at the bottom of the screen. At first it says, "California passes bill legalizing crime if it looks cool enough." And later on it says, "Study shows that 65% of Americans would rather not participate in this study. Maybe some other time." In addition to the lack of subtitles and the low quality, there's another element of this battle that's different than the ones that came after it. The characters aren't dancing during the Who Won, Who's Next, You Decide segment. The suggestion for this battle's matchup was sent in the comments of a previous Nice Peter video, a vlog titled Questions and Answers in E-flat, in which Nice Peter asks his fans for suggestions for his upcoming series, although he hasn't yet finalized the title of that series.
If you could see any two figures of history, any two people, have a rap battle, who would they be? It could be from different times. It could be fictional versus non-fictional. You could do Indiana Jones versus Batman. You could do Abraham Lincoln versus King Tut. I'm curious, who would you like to see in a great rap battle of history?
If you listen to this battle on a music streaming service such as iTunes, you can hear an editing mistake where they've cut out the Who Won, Who's Next, You Decide. This is a mistake which is not present in the rest of the series.
Fuck it! We'll do it live!
Although it does allow you to have a better listen of the instrumental, which was produced by Raw Heat Productions, which also produced the beats for Billy Mays vs. Ben Franklin and Gandalf vs. Dumbledore. A fun fact about this rap battle is that it's the shortest one in the series, at only 1 minute and 37 seconds. It's closely followed by Gandhi vs Martin Luther King Jr. at 1:39. It's also the first of only 4 rap battles without a behind the scenes video, followed by Nice Peter vs Epic Lloyd 2, Donald Trump vs Joe Biden, and Donald Trump vs Kamala Harris. That means that seasons 2, 3, and 4 are the only ones where every battle has a BTS video. The video was posted on the Nice Peter channel on the 26th of September 2010, but 4 days earlier, Nice Peter released this video.
You're Paul McCartney's with his talent than Ringo, and I'd rather George Bush's than Yoko Ono. Well, you can't buy me love, but I'll kick your for free.
This video is very strange. It's a censored version of the rap battle, but weed is censored and LSD is not censored.
And smoke for an hour, high on LSD.
And there's a creepy CGI fireman in the outro of the video. The most bizarre thing about it is that it's got a clickbait title and thumbnail, which is funny because it only has 1 million views, way less than any other rap battle in the series. In 2011, Pete and Lloyd recorded a live one-take recording of this battle to promote the ERB channel and season 2 of the series. Now, I know I said earlier that this is the only battle without subtitles, but that's technically not true, because in 2019, they released a compilation of all of the battles in season 1, upscaled to HD, and they also took the time to add subtitles to John Lennon vs Bill O'Reilly. Notice how they move upwards slightly to not cover the ticker at the bottom. And also, I don't mean to be a grammar Nazi, but in this line, Sting should be spelled with a capital S instead of a lowercase s. This is in reference to the musical artist Sting. It's a proper noun.
Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album.
But trust me, this is the first one in a long line of typos and spelling and grammatical errors.